Hello, gorgeous. How are we going, lovely humans? Oh, Z Nacion! Howdy!
Here we go, coach.
Howdy, brother! Alright. Based on the immense success of yesterday's stream, Reno, Dominic in YouTube. How are you going, bruv? Let's have a look at some Fun. Fun is the name of the game. And we are going to start today with some Karokan beauties. Because that is how we roll. For D4 traps, I would love to. If you recall rightly, the E4 traps course was a collaboration, one that I immensely enjoyed, and I would be very keen to do a D4 version, but I would prefer to do that in the same collaborative fashion as we did the first one. And my co-author hasn't shown signs of interest for the time being, at least. All right, ladies, let's kick off today's session with some fun, because that's how we like to roll on this channel. We have fun, we learn, and we have more fun. So, first game. The Americans should be familiar with this name because our player in the black trunks is a certain Kamran Shirazi, who, if I'm not mistaken, is a dude from the US. That being said, his name definitely indicates some exotic background. If anyone can help me out about where Kamran Shirazi originally is from, that would be very, very helpful, because I don't want to Google it now. The topic is going to be the Karokan Panov, which we are going to reach via a unique move order, which is this gambit line with c6, and no one in their right mind should accept this. Hayden, we might do some game reviews as well, but the generic plan was just to do some opening traps. Greetings to the chess warriors. Alright, knight c3, a6. Don't do that, guys. Don't try that at home. Exactly, Shirazi against Peters. Everyone knows that game, Mr. Engao. Takes, and b5. This is a textbook case of how not to play chess when we are delaying development for the sake of winning a tempo, like anyone cares, on the queen side. White is now already kilometers ahead, and black needs to be extremely careful. Yeah, exactly. So, in fact, what he botched the position. Oh, well, botched is not quite true. If they played bishop g5, I would much rather see castling with the urgency of bringing the rook to e1. But bishop g5 is definitely not botching it. It's a minor inaccuracy. Knight c6 played. What do we do? What do we do, ladies? What do we do? So apparently I do have to Google after all, Shirazi, because no one is answering me. Okay. Born in Tehran. So Iranian dude. Okay. Got it. No worries. Yeah, thank you for the sub, buddy. And you didn't fail me at all. You won a chess game, so please. Please. Okay, the real question is now, where do we go with the bishop? Throwbacks coming in strong with 100 titties. And titties we love, so thank you so much. 100 bits. If you heard anything else, get your ears tested. Massini Merzcani, I'm very glad that you like that course. Yeah, once again, I'm happy to reconsider D5. Outstanding idea here. 95 also strong, Rook E1 also strong. The point is that there comes a point in chess where you need to prioritize various kind of concepts and principles. And here, the concept or principle of keeping the bishop and not trading it for a knight becomes secondary, because it's far more important that we pull further ahead in development. These are positions and ideas where lower rated players often falter because they prioritize the more quantifiable principle, which is the I don't want to give up the bishop, versus the less quantifiable one, which is the lead in development, which was pursued by the move Rook E1. And very often, by the way, you would find with beginners that they would also decline this move on account of takes, and then the pawns are doubled. If you are one of those people who decline this because of my pawns are doubled, you need to watch my YouTube channel a little bit more often, because bishop takes f3 here is in fact a horrific move, as it trades yet again a black developed piece, which means that we're going to be left with the non-developed ones. This trade has worsened the position like double as bad as it was before from black's perspective. In fact, we are on the verge of irreparable damage where comeback is borderline impossible. Black tried here the pathetic queen takes d4, adding insult to injury. Greed to greed, I suppose. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand it to you to lead the charge, aka lead the attack. How do you say attack with a French accent? Not that I can do accents, and not that I'm particularly, you know, partial toward the French, but it just came to me now. You need to be very careful because there is an obvious looking move here that is actually not that good, because of a potential black response. In fact, I will rephrase it. The most obvious move for white here is not good at all. So what do we do? Oh, hello! In front of the what? The king? No one cares about that except chess. The King Charles Cavalier is coming in strong. Thank you so much, mister. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on, A4 is a sissy move. We need to wreck. We absolutely need to demolish here black's position. Now, what's wrong with Rook A1? Let's start here because this is most obvious. I knew that Rengao is going to type in my very sexy pronunciation of the Cavalier. What's wrong with Rook D1? In fact, on that note, I should call him Charles. Charles. Charles in Hungarian, by the way, is Károly. And the nickname of Károly in the Hungarian language is Karcsi. So we are running the list that I'm going to call the King Charles Cavalier Karcsi. Exactly, Z Nation. Thank you for coming in strong with the defense. Queen C4. Massive rain on the parade. Massive. We went from 2.8 to 0.4. That is shocking. So, what is the correct move instead? Chess pawn, your line is not bad. Your line is not bad at all, but after bishop takes f6, we have multiple lines to consider, but this is therefore the move. So we need to reckon with the queen takes and pawn takes. I suppose if we start with knight b1, 5 rather, excuse me, then we have got trouble here, no? What was the idea here? Remind me? Because queen b5, queen d7 loses, yeah? So that's not good. And if bishop takes f6 now, then gf6. Once again, here is not good. And rook d1, queen c4 also not good. So let's take a chill pill. So we take first. Now, the first question is, how do we win against gf? Because we just learned that this is not going to be knight b5. So what is it? Hello, Duck Duck. Hello, Sleek on YouTube, guys. Hello, hello. There is one move that wins very convincingly for white. And there is another one that is bordering the winning. And the rest is meh. So let's try to find it, ladies. Knight e4 from Dominic NG is second best. A Joey Bag of Bishops, ironic name when it comes to horsing around, with knight d5 is going to get the chicken winner chicken dinner. And Chris Q tells us that this layout makes him feel that we are in space. I take it, friend, because we are better than most earthlings, so we need to find a higher purpose. And that's exactly what we do here by floating in space. Knight d5, guys. This is the hoppity hop that decides the game. Rook c8 played, obviously to deal with knight c7. What is the difference if we play rook d1 now? Mr. Hockey Dude, can you see how your move is now different? Rook d1, queen c4, white to move and be a hero. Yeah, Rengao, I'm gonna start with you. So if you submit some fun image, I will put it on. Mind you, the YouTube viewers won't see it because for them it's just the phone view, as I like to call it. So, what's cooking after this rook d1 queen c4 shenanigan? I don't know, Joey, what you mean by that, because that position is mate. Rook d1 queen c4 knight f6 is mate. So let's not pretty it up any further. That is the end of it. And so, noise, mate, noise. And so, they tried queen h4. And now there is a super sexy finish here. Loving it. Queen zb4. Cheeky. Take my wife, please. Oh, speaking of take my wife, I got a YouTube comment a week or so ago. Absolutely bananas. Absolutely bananas. There was this dude who was watching my London bashing video, and apparently his girlfriend was listening in. And she kept on asking very good questions for someone who was not a chess player. And the guy concluded, but you should read this. I think I will make a short out of it. That at that point I had to cut her off of the chess coach Andras videos because she was about to book a ticket to Australia and reconsider her relationship status. And I'm like, yes, yes, baby. Nothing like scoring chicks with bashing the London. I mean, that is the ultimate double win. Queen b4 I quite like. It's cheeky. But I'm afraid... Wait, what am I afraid of? Maybe queen g5, check, king h1, and then e6 survives. Maybe. Let me see. YouTube wants rook e4 and queen to d3. And queen d3 is actually the second best move. What is the best move? Sergeant! Oh my god, buddy, you just stumbled at the finish line. Can you, Sergeant, please fix your line because it's so beautiful, but you botched it. Valdacius is following us, by the way. Beautiful Latin name. Sergeant, please fix that line. I want to give you credit. Nah, Sergeant has given up. So it's knight c7 check, rook takes, and then queen d3. And there is no way to stop both mates. Unfortunately, good friend Sergeant tried queen d5, which was met with the party pooping check, trading the queens and winning the game for black. Whereas now, after check, which is a spy check, king h1, there is once again no way to stop the Matutsky on d8 or d7. Any questions, statements, or any other unnecessary noise? Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Smurfette, who is amidst our ranks now. Okay, let's move on to the next. The next game is going to be an incredibly famous miniature by two of the greatest legends of the game. I genuinely wonder if anyone is going to recognize this. So once again, Caro-Kann is on the menu, but this time a main line. Knight f6 takes gf. Don't play this, by the way. c3. What's a miniature? A miniature is a chess game that finishes before move 20. But you really have to be careful with who you address with that question, because you might hear some unpleasant answers. Bishop f5, knight f3. Actually, Smurfette, at this point, I would like to disqualify you and call it a stockfish, because you actually figured it out. It is a Bronstein game. So now the only question we have is who the white player is. Yo, what's up? Road to CM20 hundo. Queen c7. G3. This is my favorite setup against this garbage. And that's exactly why c3 shouldn't have been played, because in this setup c4 is needed. From Palestine. Yeah, to you too. SCSCNIN. Hey, hey, hey. Howdy. Alright, 97 bishop g2. This setup is incredibly sturdy. It disallows black to get cocky on the king side, and the bishop often becomes the hero of the day. Castles, castles, e6. Queen e2. That's another move that I wouldn't have played. I dislike the queen on e2. I really like to come up with that queen here. The white player is really, really poor. You have no chance of figuring out this because this guy is really lacking chess culture and proper ideas. c4 good. c5. And now you need to be smart. Hello, hello there, Ardar. Grüß Gott. I'm guessing you are a German feller. Or lady. What do we do here, guys? B4, says my newfound German friend, der Ardar. I am making buddies. B4. That is what good chess looks like, my friends. This is how you should play this game. Energy, gusto, attack. Tuck. What's the follow-up? Matthew Antonov, if you say that you would go b4 but you're not good at chess, then we need to fix the second part of your statement. You definitely are good at chess. You are a bit of a hero for us, in fact. c5, of course. That's why we started this shenanigan. c5 kicks the bishop. Bronstein here foolishly dropped back. And we need one final accurate move here to perform the attack to its full potential. Let's see how we go. Knight h5 is illegal. I would not do that. Do not play knight h5. Bishop f4 would be nice, but it might be met by... I don't know. Bishop f4 looks good too, actually. Yeah, bishop f4 looks good too. But best is actually knight h4. It actually is threatening to win a piece, and it cranks this diagonal open. I'm willing to bet my house that no one can guess the best move here for white. No one. Note that I don't have a house, so... I don't like d5 because then knight c5. That could very, very easily backfire real big time. I'm on the verge of claiming it to be utterly confusing. I'll show you first how the game concluded, right? So the game concluded take, which is the way I would have played it. and rook b1. Alright, this is exactly how I would have played it. And I would have expected resignation just about now. The game concluded knight b8, trying to meet rook takes b4 with knight c6. Bishop f4, queen d7. And give me now the cleanest win. Cleanest win for white. Close tactics, but why would you dirty your hands here with c6 when you have got rook b4? Makes no sense, right? I kid you not, according to the engine, the best course of action for black here is bishop takes, pawn takes, and then rook h4. That's how dead black is. No joke. No joke. Here, queen a6, and yeah, let's call it a day. So that was it. By the way, in case you were wondering, the white player was Tal. So this was Tal Bronstein, whom I prefer to call Bronstein. Nonetheless, the question remains. Best move for white here. F4 is sacrilege. No. No, 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 no. F4, F5 is never as bad as it looks because you feel like you wall the bishop in, but if you don't take it, you have to come back, which by default allows the bishop to revive itself. It's A3, guys. A3. This is the best move on the board. And after b3, it makes all sense. You take and then you play rook b1. For some mysterious reason, this is 0.01 point more accurate than taking and playing rook b1. If you want me to explain to you what that 0.01 in practical term means, I got nothing for you. Right, so that was Tal Bronstein. Once again, preferred Bronstein. Let's go to next. Are we happy so far? Good games. Oh, we're going to revisit our good friend Shirazi. And he's not going to have a lot of fun here. We are going to move on to Mark Esserman territory. But he's not going to be... Hello from Poland, Emil Pietras. But Emil, your name is not Polish. Pietras does not sound... That's either Greek or maybe even Latvian. That's not a Polish name. You are trying to trick me, brother. Alright, d3. Bish d3, g6. Knight f3, bish g7. Bish c4. Knight c6, bishop f4. Greetings from Florida in the US. Hello, hello, Mr. Newborn. How's it going? And here black played knight f6. Are we scared of e5 here or are we not? Pietras is Polish. Really? I don't believe that. That I absolutely do not believe for a single second. What? So what's cooking with e5, guys? I need you to answer this. Oh, that's brilliant, Tana. That is absolutely brilliant. I'm so glad that you started the Open Sicilian and it's working out for you. That is what we want. So, the answer is that we're not very concerned about e5 because of knight h5. And I must admit that this came at a bit of a surprise to me. I am still recovering from the shock that Pietras is actually Polish. Apparently it comes from the Piotr name. But anyway, since this is a chess stream, I'm going to let this go. Knight h5, bishop e3. So my first question here to the greater audience, and you guys are gonna smash this because half of this crew is raised on the teeth of Mark Esserman. What's wrong with knight e5 here? Everyone should know the answer to this. Indeed, takes, queen d5, double attack. These are the things, guys, you never wanna miss. Double attack. Ah! I got you, Itches. Finally, I found it. It comes from the original word Greek. The problem is that the original word that is Greek is Peter. And Pietras is the Polish version of that. But let's be honest with ourselves. Peter is not exactly a typical Greek word either. So I got owned on this one, but I'm very reluctant to take the L. So I offer draw. Okay, so e5 is not hanging. Bishop e3 played. Castles. And black just blundered the knight with g4. You are black. Are you resigning? That's not really a legitimate question, Smurfette, because bishop f7 at best regains the piece, whereas queen d5 wins the piece, right? So with respect to your immense chess knowledge, I don't see how that's a realistic alternative here to take this. Queen c7 defense. Hello, what? And this is no worries? I mean, granted, you don't get mated, but, like, I don't know, knight a3? Isn't this like completely resignable, or am I just being too biased toward my own genius? Yeah, of course. That's the old story with rock and that Peter, that Jesus built his church on his rock. Yeah. Yeah, I'm too something, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Let's compare it. I'm maybe being a bit too offhandish. Maybe this has more merit than I gave credit for. Let's go. This is what the swimming animal wants to play. And then the swimming animal recommends here the very human move d6, bishop e6. And black is better. Everyone saw this line, right? No, fair question, Smurfit. I backpedal. Because although the evaluation between queen d5 and bishop takes f7 is more than 2 points, for a human eye, it's nowhere near obvious. So, yeah, fair enough. Anyhow, what's cooking here, guys, after g4? What's cooking here? d5 is cooking here, ladies. This is beautiful chess. Counter punch in the center, hitting the bishop, hitting the pawn. Going from, oh, I lost my knight, to, no, you're winning the game. Brilliant. Bishop takes g4, and now white is completely cooked. Rook g1, knight e5, no questions asked. h3. And here comes a very important question. Which piece do we take on f3 with first? I hate my Twitch chat because I can't fool them. I can't fool them. At least I can still fool the YouTube guys because they haven't been watching me for that long. Of course it is queen sack. Of course it is queen sack. It would be absolutely insulting to not take this. Yeah, exactly. I need to come up with a... I think the only thing that would work for the Twitch chat is that you morphos all want to play queen d5. Why is it wrong? Right, so the idea, of course, is that after accepting that the queen sack, check comes. Now, if you go to d1, that's the easiest. We win the queen, and then we will take that with a check too, yeah? So queen d8, and then you take this guy potentially first. Maybe this and then this actually is even better. Yeah. If the king goes to e2, yeah, then you can take it with a double check. And then you go after the queen and mate on d1, completely winning. And finally, if they go to f1, what do we do now? Two very good moves available. Sledgehammer wants bishop h3. What does Grandmaster Smurfit have to say? Off a draw because it's too complicated. Yep. As if you did that ever in your life. Not once. Given Kurt! Holy sheesh! Do you guys remember the Muso guy? How are you going, pa? What's cooking? Yeah, so Bishop h3 wins, Rook a8 wins, everything wins. They played in the game. Oh, I turned the page. No, actually none of the above applies. Because they played King e2, my apologies. Take King g1, King f1 rather, Rook d8. Queen here. How can we forcingly win the queen now? Yeah, Rook d1, Bishop f3, outstanding. Check, check. And this is a good time to take stock and realize that life is not as happy as we wanted it to be. Goody. Goody, goody, goody. Okay, the next one is going to be a superb game. Let's go. What is known to be theoretically best move here for white? There are about 3 moves that are of roughly equal value. Yeah, DC appears to be the best in my opinion because it forces black to play a line where they need to walk a tightrope. Yeah. Rock solid choice. Rock solid choice. Usually they check the pawn down. What is the best method of blocking here? That's the second most important question. Is that a Japanese name, my guy in YouTube? You who is giving only correct answers to every question. Are you from Japan, or is that some Japanese hiragana, or am I... Hi. C3 indeed. C3 indeed. For the lovely humans who complain about the Twitch ads, I don't do them. Twitch does them. And if you subscribe to the channel, you don't have to watch them. Just saying. Yes, so after queen takes, the most common move in this position is knight a3. And it allows this crazy line, bishop takes c3, that I'm playing out for Smurfit's sake because Smurfit is awesome. And queen d2. Queen takes a1. And pretty much every move for white wins here, but perhaps the most conclusive is knight b5. Knight a6, bishop c4, queen g7, and then either castles or e5 maybe is even more accurate here to deny knight f6 development, and black is getting cooked here like crazy. This is like Alpha Zero playing against me. Yeah, the problem with this Smurfett is that no one is crazy enough to take this. That's the issue. Anyhow, they played queen c7, which is also a mistake, by the way. Knight b5, queen back, and bishop c4. There's no need to play here bishop f4, guys. This is a move. The engine loves it. I feel like it forces defensive moves that black wants to play anyway, whether it be... Although, I'm sorry, no, I need to take this back because e5 is very strong. But here you need to see some tactics. What is the best move for white here? And the only move, in fact. Korean. Okay, I didn't know that. I apologize. Jack Mig, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, queen a4. Queen a4, and if bishop d7, you can just take this because the pin is still on. Anyhow, our grandmaster friend played bishop c4 first. Yeah, that's also a famous trap. Okay, bishop c4 played. Knight f6. e5. This time around, this is the exact opposite of the previous game. It's completely killing. And now I need a very good move for white. Let's go. White to move and be a rock star. Let me see if my Korean friend can find this. Are you from Seoul? And how good are you at StarCraft 2? These are the two most important questions that I need to ask. Thanks for the follow, friend. Kalemans Potatis. Now, that is definitely a Greek dude, if I have ever seen one. Zergortos. Lately, I've come to the realization, Smurfett, that the hardest race by far is Terran. Knight g6 is slightly illegal. If you watch the previous game, you should work out the answer to this question, by the way. You don't play StarCraft. Jesus. You guys, you might lose your Korean citizenship if you say that out loud in Korea. Alright? Isn't that like a religion in Korea? Bishop f7 does work, but I very strongly dislike it. Okay, that's very strong wording. I don't dislike it too strongly, but we can do better than this. And this is awesome, right? So, my bad. Knight g5, knight e5 is less impressive because the knight defends and attacks. Let's not do that. It used to be, yeah. Well, Blizzard has abandoned the game and that didn't help. Exactly that, Ardar, my German friend. H3 forces the previously seen motif, and now we don't even have Smurfett's favorite queen c7. All we have instead is a big fat resignation. So, after h3, black sensing tragedy, went for knight h6. What do we do now? Oh, I'm lying. They didn't do that. But actually, now that we are at it, let's see what you would do. Bishop takes and then the same plan. I don't know what that means because bishop takes triple question mark and now we are worse. Well, not true, but let's not do that. Not every question I ask is answered with the insta-violence. G4 dominating the knight is on the right track, but it's not the right move. Funnily enough, both YouTube and Twitch are recommending the same idea. The reason why you don't need G4, guys, is because if the knight were to play knight F5, then you can play G4, sending it back. And so for that reason, the best move here is bishop G5, and now we are actually trapping the knight. Knight F5, G4, see ya. That's it. G'day, you flaming gala. Now that guy is definitely Aussie. There is no question there. That is a fair dinkum Aussie. Rightio, let's back off. So our dude in this position, sensing the disaster, plays a6. Ha! How do you respond, ladies? How do you respond? How's Char in the Twitch chat? What is that heart in front of your name? Share the love. Okay. Well, share the love, baby. How do we respond, ladies? Give me the goods. Queen d5 is met by castles, yeah? Why would I play e6? Let's not force what they want to do. There must be a Saccharino somewhere, says Jack Mig. I am not... Yeah, of course, knight d6. Of course. Well done, Gavenker too. EDHG. We're killing it, baby. Now, unfortunately, after queen e7, white played a disgusting move. As in, you should never, ever play that. Like, it should not come up as a candidate move, what white has played here. So can you find out what the move is that disgusts me so badly and then offer a better one? Jordan Brewer. Welcome in. I actually do like castles. It's not in the top 3 picks of the engine, but I do like it. Bishop g5 recommended by Jazz is third best, but you have to see what you want to do against f6. Because it's a bit counterintuitive. What's my rating? Well, I have got many of them, so... Can you be a bit more specific? My OTB is 2377, but that has been inactive for almost a decade. My Chesscom Rapid is about 2600, my Blitz is 28, but that's about 200 points overrated. My StarCraft rating, the StarCraft rating is called MMR, in which the I think it's matchmaking rating or something like that, and I usually sit around 3200, but obviously it's not translatable to chess because the highest MMRs in StarCraft is about 7000. The equivalent of that would be probably an FM, yeah. FM. So, the correct move, ladies and gentlemen, the correct move. Exactly, Jack. White played queen takes d6. And that's not how we play chess. The correct move is knight g5, of course, because we attack. My tennis rating is not measurable because I haven't been practicing serves for like years. I only train basically from ground strokes on. But with ground strokes, I would say that I would be a UTR 8-9. On a good day, definitely a UTR 8-9. Ha! House child. Nick lives like 15 minutes drive away from where I sit right now, so there you have it. Anyway, they played queen d6. Shameful. Knight c6. The rest is pretty underwhelming, but completely winning. Look, the way white is winning it is very, very effective. The only problem with it is that it's unprincipled. Like you don't throw away the potential knockout beauty win and just, you know, rake in a victory by regular means. Actually, they went rook de1. Who can tell me why this? I can't. Or can I? What's the difference, you guys, between this and this? After rook de1, black resigned, by the way. The H-file. What do I bench? Now that, my friend, is a very good question. Currently, I am in a very piss poor form in benching. But my best ever bench was... I did 4 reps. 4 or 5 reps in 100 kg. Bench by far is my best discipline in the gym. By far. How many years ago was that? About 6. But I benched 90, like serious amount of reps into 90 a couple of months ago. So if I wanted to, I could easily go back to 100 for at least 2 to 3 reps. Not a problem. But I'm getting old, and I realize that the value that you get out of it, which is nothing but ego boost, versus the risk that you take, injuring yourself for months, is simply not worth it. What's 100 kilogram in freedom units? I don't measure shit in freedom units. So, the difference, guys, is that if we go rook h1, he1, then h6 is a little bit annoying. Whereas, if we play rook here, then h6 is simply captured. Oh, actually, sorry, never mind. I can just take e5 and h8 hangs. And if d6, then we can go probably f4. Bishop back. Chook here, and bishop takes d6 is just, yeah, carnage city. I am getting old, unfortunately. And the game is over. And we are going to finish, guys, today's proceedings with a game that was played by a lovely British GM against the father of one of the most iconic chess streamers to be alive. And that is none other than Anna Kramling. And her father, Bellon Lopez. Does great cardio translate to chess stamina? I don't think so. But that being said, I do hardly any cardio. Alright, let's go. Oh no. Knight f3. C5. E4. G6. Bishop c4. Bishop g7. Castles. And e6. No, tennis is not cardio at all. Not in my opinion anyway. And not the way I do it. I don't consider tennis to be cardio at all. In fact, tennis, in my opinion, is the exact opposite of cardio. Because what you do in tennis, if you play it well, is that you do an incredibly high-paced sprint to an almost steady stop. Then another very high-paced sprint to a complete stop. Then another high sprint stop, then the rally is over, and then you stop. You don't move. Or hardly anything, like you walk. Then the next rally starts, again, high intensity sprint, 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 stop. That's, in my opinion, couldn't be more than the polar opposite of cardio, where it's a constant, steady, same heart rate. Whereas in tennis, it's peak, bottom, peak, bottom, peak, bottom. And just keep doing that. You don't look a day over 42. Well, I am clearly over 42. Alright, so e6 rook e1. And queen c7 was just a touch too eccentric. I don't understand why a player of Grandmaster caliber would not play he knight c6. It's really weird. Like, if a club player or a student of mine played this, I would really give them an earful. Like, how can you play this move? It's illegal. I'm really, really confused about it. High intensity training, yeah, but I don't think that there is such a thing as high intensity cardio. I bet my life no one will guess what white played here. No, not my life, my house, because I have one life, but no house. Chess boxing? No, because I suck at boxing. Yeah, the purpose of queen c7, by the way, was to deny d4, but it was way too clever in a non-clever way. I like b4, that's a brilliant idea. Marvelous. Bishop f1 was not played, but you guys are reasonably close with what you're trying to accomplish. The problem with c3 is that it still doesn't threaten d4 because it hangs the bishop. d4 is the engine's favorite move, with the idea of cd bishop b3. Knight c6, c3, and at this point we say a big shout out to everyone's godfather in chess, Mark Esserman. The way how every road leads to Rome, apparently every Sicilian leads to Mora. Spielman, who is not as educated as Mr. Esserman, played knight a3. I sheet you not. You didn't see that coming, did ya? Did ya? So, Kalleman's Potatis is telling me the goods about the high intensity cardio. I will look into it, my Greek friend. You saw it coming, of course. You see everything coming. And everyone. Wait, I'm full of poo. He actually played c3 first. Knight c6. And then he played knight a3? That doesn't make any sense. And here, oh Lord Almighty, black played knight e5. I mean, come on, you can't play chess like that. Sprints are great for testosterone. Okay. Good to know. I can't believe that an international master, soon to become a GM, plays here knight to e5. That is a slap in the face. What is the best way to treat these guys? Let's go. It's totally random, Jack, unfortunately. Why did Spielman? John O. Spielman. The year was 2003. Yes. Obviously, we take and we play d4. And 0 tosses are given about h2. I can't believe that this happened. Take, take, bishop h2. King h1. Bishop d6. I mean, I honestly am absolutely shocked about this. Knight b5, of course, c4 is not capturable. I'm not joking. If I played this position with black, this would be the position I would resign. But there's absolutely not a chance in a million years I would play knight e5 here. Which is not to say that I'm better than this guy, but what were you thinking, bro? What happened? And by the way, Bellon Lopez is known to be an aggressive attacker. Like, he really likes to go aggro. He's a wild tactician, so how he could end up in this royal mess is nothing short of shocking. But we all know what it looks like when we have a bad day. This is what it looks like. And here I think he just should have played bishop f4, rook c1. But he got a bit cocky, played d5. Viral Stigma, welcome in. Bishop e5. Now, I would be borderline unstoppable in my attempts to take this. As in, you would have to tie my hands to the chair to not to take on e5. And I'm sure that my greatest girlfriend, Smurfette, agrees. E6 would be the alternative that would be very difficult to resist, and in fact played. Bishop g7. Check. King f8. What is the best move for white here, ladies? I don't think so. Queen e5 would also have allowed d4 and then things are tragic. So no, I don't think so. What do we do? Queen f3. Brilliant. Best move on the board. Just don't ever take that, please. I beg you. Queen f3. Outstanding sledgehammer. The game saw bishop g5. Now that is a very cheeky move. What does white want to do here? This is so obnoxious. That is bloody brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, the idea is bishop d8. Hello. So they played a6. And now I need someone to be sexy. What to do? What to do? 96 says my good friend. 96. Rook e6, bishop e6. Definitely homing in on the target, aren't we? Bishop takes his best. Now fe is carnage. It's mate. Whereas takes d7 takes, and now you need to be able to hold your, you know what? Check first. So that we take two pieces, not one. So our good friend played knight f6 in this position, pretending that it's OG. But after bishop b3, he quickly changed his mind and called it a day. And this, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of today's party. Unfortunately, that is all we had time for today. And I am going to send you off now. But where to? I think I will send you to Benny. Benny. You guys have an absolute top day. I'm going to be back with more. Check out my YouTube video I posted a couple of hours ago. It is an absolute banger against Grandmaster Christopher Yu. It's definitely one you want to watch. Thanks for tuning in, guys, today. Take care. Love you all.